25 most amazing UNESCO World Heritage Sites. No travel bucket list would be complete without a World Heritage Site or two. You've probably heard of popular destinations being described as UNESCO sites, but what does that mean? Widely known by the acronym UNESCO, the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization is an entity aiming to preserve cultural and natural treasures around the world. Over 1,000 sites around the world have been named, crisscrossing the globe. To be considered for the UNESCO Heritage List, the site must offer outstanding universal value and must meet at least one of 10 selection criteria, including such reasons as representing masterpieces of human creative genius or a superlative natural phenomenon. Number 25. Pompei. Pompei is one of the most significant proofs of Roman civilization and, like an open book, provides outstanding information on the art, customs, trades and everyday life of the past. The city has re-emerged from the darkness of centuries precisely as it would have been when it was unexpectedly buried in a thick layer of ash and lava which poured down from the devastating eruption of Vesuvius. Largely preserved under the ash, the excavated city offers a unique snapshot of Roman life, frozen at a moment it was buried. Number 24. Taj Mahal, India. The Taj Mahal is an immense mausoleum of white marble built between 1632 and 1653 by order of the Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan in memory of his favourite wife. The Taj is one of the most well-preserved and architecturally beautiful tombs in the world, one of the masterpieces of Mughal architecture and one of the great sites of the world's heritage. Called a teardrop on the cheek of eternity, the monument is actually an integrated complex of structures. Besides the white-domed marble mausoleum, it includes several other beautiful buildings, reflecting pools and extensive ornamental gardens with flowering trees and bushes. Number 23. Works of Antoni Gaudí, Spain. The Works of Antoni Gaudí is a serial property consisting of several buildings by the architect Antoni Gaudí located in Barcelona and its surrounding areas. The property attests to the exceptional creative contribution of this architect to the development of architecture and construction technology in the 19th and early 20th centuries. The Park Güell, the Palau Güell, the Casa Mila La Pedra, the Casa Vicente, the Nativity Facade and the crypt of the Sagrada Familia, the Casa Bayo, and the crypt of the Colonia Güell reflect an eclectic and very personal style to which Gaudí gave free rein in the field of architecture as well as in the design of gardens, sculptures and indeed all the arts. The work of Antoni Gaudí is an exceptional and outstanding creative contribution to the architectural heritage of modern times. Number 22. Acropolis, Athens, Greece. Acropolis of Athens is one of the most famous ancient archaeological sites in the world. Located on a limestone hill high above Athens, Greece, the Acropolis has been inhabited since prehistoric times. Over the centuries, the Acropolis was many things: a home to kings, a citadel, a mythical home of the gods, a religious centre, and a tourist attraction. It has withstood bombardment, massive earthquakes and vandalism, yet still stands as a reminder of the rich history of Greece. Today, it is a cultural UNESCO World Heritage Site and home to several temples, the most famous of which is the Parthenon, dedicated to the goddess Athena. The Erechtheion, the Propylaea, and the Temple of Athena Nike are some of the notable structures inside the Acropolis. Number 21. Petra, Jordan. Petra is an ancient city that lies in present-day Jordan and dates back to the 4th century BC. Ruins of the once great metropolis and trading centre now serve as an important archaeological site and tourist attraction. Carved directly into vibrant red, white, pink and sandstone cliff faces, the prehistoric Jordanian city of Petra was lost to the Western world for hundreds of years. Petra was once a thriving trading centre and the capital of Nabatean Empire between 400 BC and AD 106. In 1985, the Petra Archaeological Park was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and in 2007 it was named as one of the new 7 wonders of the world. Number 20. Stonehenge, England. With a history spanning 4,500 years, the archaeological site of Stonehenge has many different meanings to people today. Its ring of standing stones is a masterpiece of engineering, and building it would have taken huge effort from hundreds of well-organised people using only simple tools and technologies. The purpose of the ruins is unknown to us. Who built Stonehenge is still debated today, though 2 popular theories maintain it was used as a site for religious rituals or otherwise to monitor the movements of the sun and moon. Number 19. Machu Picchu, Peru. This abandoned old Incan city is hidden 2,430 metres up in the Andes and appears to be forever shrouded in fog. It's so well hidden that it went for centuries without being found, garnering it the moniker the Lost City of the Incas. Eventually, an adventurer found the location, but even then, it was only by chance. It has grown to be one of the world's most sought-after destinations on bucket lists in the years since its discovery. You can take in the surroundings from the Sun Gate, which serves as the renowned Incan Trail's entrance to Machu Picchu, and climb Huayna Picchu or Machu Picchu Mountain for an up-close view of the gorgeous valleys. Number 18. Terracotta Army. The purpose of protecting their first emperor of China, Qin Shi Huang, is the Museum of the Terracotta Army. These hundreds of life-sized models are detailed so well with facial expressions, hairstyles and attires which were moulded in parts, fired, then assembled and painted. Not only humans but also horses were completely made by hand without any advanced tools. More than 700,000 artisans and labourers constructed the Terracotta Army and Tomb complex. Hollow torso, solid head, arms and legs were created separately, then assembled with each warrior stamped with his name. The army took an estimated 40 years to complete. Number 17. Dania Landform, China. The Rainbow Mountains of China, within the Chongye Dangsha Landform Geological Park, are a geological wonder of the world. These famous Chinese mountains are known for their otherworldly colours that mimic a rainbow painted over the tops of rolling mountains. A UNESCO World Heritage Site since 2010, the Rainbow Mountains have maintained their vibrancy thanks to viewing platforms and trails. These deter tourists from stepping directly onto them. Plus, there's a benefit in viewing the mountains from afar so you can see their beauty in its entirety. Number 16. Pamukkale, Turkey. One of Turkey's most famous natural wonders, the pure white travertine terraces of Pamukkale, or Cotton Castle in English, cascade down the slope looking like an out-of-place snowfield amid the green landscape. Although the travertines are themselves a highlight of the Turkey trip, the vast and rambling ruins of Greco-Roman Hierapolis, an ancient spa town, lie scattered across the summit of this calcite hill. After exploring the ancient theatre with its views across the countryside and the remnants of the city's agora, gymnasium, necropolis and grand gates, you can swim in the mineral-rich waters that make this ancient spa town famous in the antique pool. Number 15. Old Havana, Cuba. Old Havana is the historic centre of the city of Havana. It is formed by a harbour and the official centre, the Plaza de Armas. There you will find all kinds of picturesque monuments, fortresses, churches and palaces. It is full of authentic architectural treasures from different periods and offers one of the most comprehensive collections of urban buildings in all America. This area of the city alone is home to more than 1,000 buildings of historical importance, with various examples of distinguished architecture ranging from Baroque to Art Deco. Old Havana and its fortification system represent a colonial city that was an important stop on the crossing between the New World and the Old World. Number 14. Itsukushima Shinto Shrine, Japan. The island of Itsukushima in the Seto Inland Sea has been a holy place of Shintoism since the early times. The shrine and its torii gates are unique for being built over water, seemingly floating in the sea during high tide. The shrine consists of multiple buildings, including a prayer hall, main hall and North Theatre stage, which are connected by boardwalks and supported by pillars above the sea. Itsukushima Shrine is an official national treasure of Japan and has been listed by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site since 1996. Number 13. Cinque Terre, Italy. From 5 sleepy Italian fishing villages to one of the most famous coastal landscapes in the world, the Cinque Terre has been through a few changes over the years, but it still looks every bit as gorgeous as you'd imagined. It's now a national park and a UNESCO World Heritage Site, with up to 2.4 million people a year visiting the Cinque Terre to walk, boat and train their way through its dramatic cliffs and pretty coastal villages. Over the centuries, people have carefully built terraces on the rugged, steep landscape right up to the cliffs that overlook the sea. Part of its charm is the lack of visible corporate development. Paths, trains and boats connect the villages and cars cannot reach them from the outside. Number 12. Venice, Italy. Venice is a dream destination that's made up of more than 118 islands. It's filled with stunning canals, art and architecture that are sure to capture your heart as you explore renowned sites like St. Mark's Basilica, Doge's Palace and the Rialto Bridge and Market. The only pedestrian-only city in the world, you'll have to rely on your feet or a boat to experience the captivating atmosphere in Venice. Today, Venice is regarded as an artistic and architectural treasure. Since the end of the 18th century, tourism has been a major part of the city economy. The carefully preserved monuments and fine buildings of Venice attracted 14 million visitors annually. In 1987, Venice and its lagoon were collectively designated a World Heritage Site. Number 11. Al-Hajira Archaeological Site, Saudi Arabia. A remarkable site from the Nabatean civilization, the archaeological site of Al-Hajira is Saudi Arabia's first UNESCO World Heritage Site. With pieces dating back to the 1st century BC, facades, cave drawings and water walls are some of the site's most fascinating features. It lies at the crossroads of the trade route present in the Arabian Peninsula. The antiquity and architectural expertise of Al-Hajira is shown at its best in its 131 rock-cut monumental tombs that depict the hydraulic expertise and architectural accomplishments of the Nabateans. Number 10. Ranikhet, India. Ranikhet, or the Queen's Stepwell, was constructed in the 11th century AD to memorialise King Bhimdev I. The water resource and storage system was built using the complex and intricate Maragujara architectural style. Designed as an inverted temple, Ranikhet has 7 levels and more than 1,000 sculptures to explore. Ranikhet was built at the height of craftsmen's ability in stepwell construction and the Maragujara architectural style, reflecting mastery of this complex technique and great beauty of detail and proportions. Ranikhet is an exceptional example of a distinctive form of subterranean water architecture of the Indian subcontinent. Number 9. The Cologne Cathedral, Germany. The cathedral, whose construction began in 1248, was not completed until 1880. This UNESCO-designated Gothic masterpiece is Cologne's most recognisable landmark, having dominated the city's skyline for centuries. Inside, you'll see the relics of the Magi and other sacred figures, 14th century stained glass windows, and the stunningly painted choir stalls, all while you learn the history of the cathedral and its art collections, especially the pieces surrounding the Shrine of the Magi. Number 8. Timbuktu, Mali. Located at the gateway to the Sahara Desert, this 5th century city is known as the hub for spreading Islam throughout Africa. Reminiscent of Timbuktu's golden age are its 3 landmark mosques: the 14th century Sankor, the 14th century Jingaber, and the 15th century Sidi Yahya. Timbuktu's esteemed past and earthen architecture are impressively displayed throughout the city, mainly in its 16 mausoleums and public holy places. Number 7. NotreDame Cathedral, France. One of the largest and most famous church buildings in the world, the NotreDame Cathedral is a must-see Parisian attraction. Completed in 1345, it is largely believed that this medieval cathedral is one of the greatest examples of French Gothic architecture on the planet. Notre Dame lies on the eastern end of the Ile de la Cité and was built on the ruins of 2 earlier churches, which were themselves predated by the Gallo-Roman temple dedicated to Jupiter. The Cathedral of Notre-Dame de Paris also houses numerous significant religious and historical artefacts, such as the crown of thorns believed to have been worn by Jesus Christ during his crucifixion. Every year, millions of tourists from across the globe flock to this architectural marvel. Number 6. Kremlin and Red Square. United in their connection to significant Russian events since the 13th century, the Kremlin and the Red Square are 2 of Russia's most popular sites. Designed to be Moscow's main marketplace, the Red Square is a plaza that runs between the Kremlin and the cultural area Kitay-Gorod. No matter where you look from the Red Square, you'll see a significant building, whether it be the vibrant St. Basil's Cathedral or Lenin's Mausoleum. The fortified Kremlin complex is the president's official residence and includes 5 palaces, 4 cathedrals, several towers, and a host of other things guests can see. Number 5. The Alhambra, Generalife and Granada, Spain. Rising above the modern lower city, the Alhambra and the Albayzin, situated on 2 adjacent hills, form the medieval part of Granada. Undeniably, the highlight is the majestic Alhambra, originally built in 1889 AD. Today, visitors can wander through the quadrangular palaces and central courtyard and admire the gardens in full bloom with roses, while the park's nightingales provide a melodic soundtrack. See the Arabic inscriptions that adorn the upper parts of the walls, including poetry by Ibn Zamrak in praise of the palace, woven into beautiful geometric patterns. Marvel at the Fountain of the Lions that hides ingenious hydraulics to operate the water that flows out of each lion's mouth. Number 4. Cappadocia, Turkey. Real sweeping rock valleys of Cappadocia are every photographer's dream. Cliff ridges and hill crests are home to rippling panoramas of wave-like rock or wacky-shaped pinnacles that have been formed by millennia of wind and water action. And if you don't feel like hiking for the views, this is one of the world's top destinations to take a hot air balloon ride. Nestled in this unique lunar-like landscape are the frescoed rock-cut churches and cave-cut architecture of the Byzantine era, when this area was home to the monastic Christian communities. In particular, the multiple cave churches of Göreme Open Air Museum and Ilara Valley are home to some of the best examples of surviving mid-Byzantine era religious art in the world. Number 3. Ancient Kyoto, Japan. Kyoto is what many travellers envision when they think of Japan, but along with being the country's spiritual heart and cultural soul. Established in 794 AD, Kyoto was the capital of Japan until the mid-19th century. Its UNESCO status includes 17 locations made up of 198 buildings and 12 gardens that date back between the 10th and 17th centuries. Some of the most popular sites include the Zen Buddhist temple, Kinkakuji, and Kamigamo Shrine, one of Japan's oldest Shinto shrines. Kyoto has also had a huge impact on landscape gardening worldwide, and a visit here will show the impressive development of both Japanese gardens and wooden architecture. Number 2. Lasco and Lasco II, France. The Lasco cave in the Dordogne region of France contains extraordinary cave paintings thought to be some of the finest in the world from the Paleolithic period. These detailed paintings from more than 17,000 years ago primarily depict animals that are believed to have lived here during that time frame. The paintings were discovered in 1940 but were later recreated at an adjacent site known as Lasco II, 200 metres away, to protect the original site from damage. Painstaking care was taken in the construction of Lasco II to create a detailed, accurate reproduction of the original cave and the paintings. Number 1. Mont Michele, France. Perched on a rocky inlet in the midst of a vast sandbank out in a bay between Normandy and Brittany is the fortified island town of Mont Michele. Both the town and the bay are listed as UNESCO heritage sites. Sometimes called the Wonder of the West, Mont Michele is a Gothic-styled Benedictine abbey dedicated to the Archangel St. Michael. Legend has it the abbey was built after the Archangel Michael appeared to the Bishop of Avranches, inspiring him to build a church atop the island. A magical island topped by a gravity-defying abbey, the Mont Michele and its bay count among France's most stunning sights.